Here we have Apple's latest M1 MacBook Air. Now there are a plethora of videos on the internet regarding benchmarks of the M1 processor and how it stands up against Intel and AMD in terms of power and performance, so I'm not going to go into any of that stuff. Just suffice to say that it's a very, very fast laptop. But what today we're trying to find out is if this laptop is any good and if you should buy one yourself. So this MacBook Air M1 subscribes to pretty much every one of the Apple laptop theories, and that is a beautiful aluminum chassis that's built well, it's tough, it can take a beating, it patinas over time, even if it scratches a little bit, and it has fantastic speakers. In fact, I want to just get this out of the way. Apple makes the best goddamn speakers on any possible computer ever. These speakers, as tiny as they are, produce more bass, treble, and mids with lower distortion and better volume than pretty much any other PC laptop or all-in-one I've ever reviewed. The M1 MacBook Air is no exception to that rule. The best one, of course, is the MacBook Pro 16-inch, but these are fantastic little speakers. So the MacBook Air, of course, also comes with a keyboard. Pretty much every computer does. And it's not a full size with a numpad on it, so if you're an accountant or somebody that does a lot of data entry, you might want to get yourself a little external, one of those little external numpad things just to make typing things in easier for you. But the keyboard is incredibly comfortable to use, it's precise, you won't make a lot of typos on it, and it has a backlight. And the other thing I love about the MacBook Air is that it doesn't have a touch bar. I don't subscribe to the touch bar fan group. I kind of find it a little gimmicky, a little bit worthless, and Apple hasn't really done a whole lot with it. I like the old F1 through F12 keys. I just think they work well and they're tactile and they're nice. So the M1 MacBook Air has that. It also has a webcam built in. And here's what the webcam footage looks like now. This is a test of the webcam on the MacBook Air M1. It's fine for FaceTime and Skype. It also has Wi-Fi 6 built in and Bluetooth, and it's got Touch ID. It's got pretty much everything you'd want in terms of security and a wireless sort of digital age. The thing is though, I guess on I/O it is a little bit bare bones. On this side you've got dual USB-C, which is also where you charge it and plug it in because it doesn't run on solar energy. And then on the opposite side you've got the dual audio TRRRS audio microphone headphone jack. So the I/O is very limited, but if you had to expand upon it, you certainly could with, like, let's say a USB-C hub or something like that. But all in all, this computer is just very lightweight. It's built incredibly well, and I think that anybody looking for a fast computer with excellent battery life is going to absolutely love this computer. I think that this is probably one of the best computers that a college student could get. These new MacBook Airs, you can probably grab them for about $899 these days, which in the Apple world is a steal. These things are very, very quick. You can do 4K video editing on these things with that M1 processor. They're not going to do as well as the MacBook Pro 13-inch with the M1 as far as 4K video editing is concerned, but I have done 4K video editing on it and it does just fine. You can do a little bit of gaming on this thing. You can pretty much do just about anything on it that can fit on the built-in solid state storage. Now, you cannot upgrade the RAM or the solid state storage. You really can't upgrade anything on the MacBooks anymore. And that is a little bit of a, I don't love that about it, but that's what you get with the Apple world, and most people are probably not going to want to crack it open anyway. But that said, if you need to get more storage, you can certainly get, like, let's say a SanDisk external SSD drive or something like that. Those have come down in price pretty well. Now, when should you get the MacBook Air M1 versus the MacBook Pro 13-inch M1? And I really just sort of think it boils down to, if you're a heavy video editor, then you might want to get the MacBook Pro with the M1 processor in it. There's not really a whole lot of differences with the two machines as far as practical usage is concerned, but I've used both in a practical environment, and I frankly feel that like 90% of people are going to do just fine with this MacBook Air variant. Who is it for? Well, it's for anybody that's working in, that's probably like traveling, that is invested in the Mac environment because of that awesome battery life and that lightweight. It's great for college students that are invested in that Mac environment. It's for somebody that wants an Apple laptop but doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money. In a world where you have thousands of choices with computers these days. If you're asking yourself, well, I just want a nice, good portable laptop that's got great battery life, and I don't want to sift through the thousands of choices that are available to me in the market, I really think that the MacBook Air is probably the best bet for like 90% of people. At $899, it really is a steal, and the fact is that Apple makes choosing a laptop pretty damn easy. This laptop really only has one choice, and that's pretty much the amount of storage that you want in it, 256, 512, whatever. Dell or Lenovo, it tends to be that these manufacturers throw so many choices at people and it confuses them and it really turns them off. They don't know what to buy. But let me recommend that if you are invested in the Apple environment or have any interest in being in it, I think that the MacBook Air will probably satisfy just about everyone. If only they made like a 16-inch version of the MacBook Air. I want to do a little bit of a shout out before I wrap up here today. Recently, my grandfather passed away and he was an absolute huge impact on my life. He was a big influence on me, and if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be in computers in the first place. And for that matter, I probably wouldn't be doing this YouTube channel. So I owe a huge amount of gratitude to my grandfather, and this is just a little shout out to him. I hope he's doing well wherever he is. Anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us in the comments section. Please like and subscribe, and we will be back with another video really soon.